Hello, it is I, your Sam Pie. So, a lot of things have happened this week. What with us transferring over to a new business and all that fun stuff. So at work, it's still pretty slow. Still not a whole lot to do. We should be good Thursday, I think. And we'll be back to business as usual. Learn what the new usual is. Thursday, posted up that song. I didn't like the original that I did before. I did it like on a holiday day. It was like, I don't know, we were off and my dad went somewhere and I took the opportunity and just did it real quick, and I don't know, it shows. The last one, it took me 2 or 3 days to do completely, and that one I did really quick and I'm not very happy with it. There were a lot of rushed decisions that I made with that song that wound up making it worse. Friday, I got home early. Fractured Friday went up. I had been keeping up with those pretty well. This Friday, I was coming up with lists of reasons why I should get a dog for my dad. And I'm listing these reasons for myself and for him, mostly because, yes, I want a dog. But am I going to take care of a dog? You know, because all I've really had is my cat, who's pretty low maintenance for the most part. You know, I don't have to take her on walks, like. So for the most part, both convincing him and trying to convince me why I wanted a dog. And came up with this big old list. He was ignoring me most of the day. Every time I was like, "Hey Dad, a dog." You just kind of like brushed it off real quick, and I was like, okay. But I happened to find some of the puppies that I was looking for in my town, and they wound up being like right down the street from me. So I messaged them about the price, and came back, gave me the price. It had dropped $200, and I was like, "Dad, I can afford that." And he was like, "That's what I'm making." I was like, "Okay." So I messaged them and asked, and it turns out they were going to be out for the rest of the night, so we arranged to meet the next morning. We met the next morning, and we went home with 2 beautiful German Shepherd puppies. With them right here. They're adorable. Black one is Persephone, and the brown one is Dante. He was originally Draco, but everyone kept associating him with Draco Malfoy, and it was bothering everybody, so Dad never watched those movies, so he had no idea. We got puppies on Saturday, took care of them all day, Saturday and Sunday, and Monday I had to go back to work, but Dad was watching them that whole day, and today they were being watched over. We're still trying to introduce them to our other dog, Lucky, who is for the most part ignoring them. He's not particularly excited to see them, but the concern was he's kind of unsocialized, so we weren't sure how he was going to react to them. Yeah, so far so good with that. This next week, if you watched my videos and stalk my channel like I stalk other people's channels, you saw that my first video was me vlogging about goals that I had way back in June of last year. And at that same time I was cleaning out my old room. My brother and I decided to switch rooms. He wanted the bigger room so he could game more easy, and he wound up having more friends over than I did. All my friends are grown up and don't want to see me anymore, so they don't come over. I'm just kidding, I live in the boonies. We wound up switching rooms, and because I have so much paper and just a bunch of little knickknacks, it took a long time to actually go through everything and sort everything out, all that kind of stuff. Deciding what's gonna go in the sewing room, what's gonna go in this room, etc., etc. So what wound up happening is one of my friends let me know that they were giving away one of the bed frames. They no longer had room for it in their house. They got a new bed or something. And so I was like, cool. And she told me as long as I could fix it up. Well, it needed to be fixed up. There's a little part on it that's broken, but it's a pretty easy fix. Shouldn't be that hard. But as long as I could do that, I could have that bed frame. And since I haven't had a bed in probably a year, I thought that I'd take up that opportunity. So this weekend, that's where I'm planning on going to pick up the bed, and I should have a mattress here pretty soon. And then, gotta decide on some bedding, because I'm picky and yet I want everything at the same time. Trying to decide how to decorate my room, because before it was just going to be the bed, and for now I think that's honestly all I really have room for in here. But I was thinking about maybe throwing my sewing desk in here, keeping all the other stuff, the fabric and everything out in the craft room, and just keeping everything else in here. Kind of wanted to paint the walls, but if you could see behind me, maybe a little bit, the walls are like textured, and I hate that about Arizona houses, but apparently we don't know anything else. So I want to get rid of these textured walls and maybe paint it, though I don't know what, because I've gone through so many phases. If you were watching, like during the first time I had a vlog, my room was like Japanese style. I had, traditional futon, I had that screen, I had lanterns everywhere, and I was pretty set on that being my room, painting my room to look like that. Then a little bit later on we went to the Winchester Mystery House. I super love Sarah Winchester's taste in everything, so I was thinking more maybe doing Victorian style things in the way she did in her house. Like, she has this really cool crystal room, which she had this really cool crystal room where the paint, or I shouldn't use paint, what is it? It's kind of like a cork board. I don't remember what it's called. It's kind of like a cork board, but it's pressed with decorations. I honestly don't know what it's called, but it's cool, and she fused that with mica crystals, which are commonly used in eyeshadow, stuff like that, bath bombs sometimes these days. It's like the glittery stuff, although sometimes it can be matte. Depends on what kind. But anyway, she used that to do her walls and stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I did wind up finding it, I don't remember what it's called, but I did wind up finding that like corkboard type stuff. It's so expensive. So yeah. Probably not going to do that, so we're just going to settle with paint. But I was thinking that like Victorian style, they have those old light bulbs that are coming back into style, and so I was thinking about that. Oh, I could do a Victorian room, but my room's pretty small. It's maybe like 9 feet by 9 feet. It's pretty small for a room. Trying to get that big decorative stuff in here probably isn't going to work, because here in Arizona we like cookie cutter things, and cookie cutter means small, apparently. There's a lot of wasted space in this house in particular. Hey, I'm not an architect, what do I know? So then I went through the phases of, I could do like a galaxy, I could paint my walls black, and then have stars on the ceiling, but there's that whole making your space like visually dark. I don't think I want to do that to myself, because of reasons. So I was thinking maybe like galaxy, spacey, but everything that I'm thinking of winds up being visually dark, and I don't necessarily want to do that. And I went through phases of maybe like a foresty thing, like in the movie Penelope, her room seemed very foresty, very fairy tale-ish. But again, I don't have a whole lot of room to work with here, so I don't know exactly how I could accomplish that. I love the whole fairy lights thing and paper lanterns. I like stars and stuff, so I'm really trying to think of maybe some way to combine all of those things, but one step at a time, I guess. I'm thinking about making my room my main recording space. This is where I wind up coming anyway to make videos for the most part, unless it's like with the recording and whatnot, like for Fractured Friday. That's all at my other desk. I guess we'll see from there what happens, but that's the main thing of what's gonna happen this weekend. This week's gonna go by pretty slow again, I imagine, because I'm stuck at work with literally nothing to do. Well, anyway, I think they're murdering each other, so I need to go and make sure they're not doing that. I don't remember if I have a Thursday video or not. Oh, I do, because, well, you'll see. It's part 1 of probably 2 or 3. Not for sure. We'll see. So, Thursday video, I'm gonna have to make a Fracture Friday because somebody keeps forgetting. The other dog is white. Children. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go make sure they're not murdering each other for realsies this time, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye! Puppies! Puppies! I think they found Kyoko. Hi, Percy.